Just when you think you've seen it all, um, I can't believe the levels of corruption there are. This morning, as clockwork, because I wanted to see Danielle Smith in Calgary, Alberta, 10 a.m. I want to see that. I'm sitting there. I took my daughter to an appointment. It's 10 to 9. Start the Alberta live stream. Watch the video. See all the presenters. No Danielle Smith, and it was late. It was quite a bit late. Over an hour late this morning. They were scrambling. Watch that live video. I share it on my Facebook. I do a live after watching that live. Did you know now I open the video and it's completely not the video anymore? I look at the YouTube link. They've uploaded an entire new video, a cut of just a square frame of the CEO, all candid, everything well, usual BS introduction. Then it cuts to Danielle Smith, and then it goes on for a presentation that was not live this morning. I guarantee you that was not the video this morning. Anyone who saw that live this morning and goes to revisit the stream that's presented now, two completely different videos. That's where we are here in Canada, Alberta. Nothing's honest anymore. It's all propaganda lies. Completely baloney. And I've seen those staged events before where they have press gallery releases and of course nobody's there. It's all a bunch of baloney and show. This takes the icing on the cake. I watched that live this morning, sitting in my car waiting for my daughter. And then I go live saying, wow, look, she wasn't even there. And then now she is. Now they have a whole doctored video published, not live, made after the fact, uploaded in the live's place, right on YouTube, where they can do that. Don't have to change the title, just upload a new video. Pathetic. The first one, 36 minutes, second one to over 40. Two different videos. That's staged. That's our country. That's the province of Alberta. This is Canada. All the time now. Gross, wrong, disgusting at every level. These politicians can't even be honest. Latest news now with Carney. He's real busy because he's getting ready to publish our new supposed fall budget where he's got to be real honest with Canadians that Crown sovereignty comes at a tremendous expense. The media is preparing you for all this new taxpayer-funded, subsidized investment into Crown-picked projects that are going to make Canada great, right? Through absolute socialism, not private sector. It's going to be all subsidized and funded at extreme deficits. They're already getting Canadians to, don't worry, you're going to love this. You're going to have record deficits that you've never seen ever before. You think Trudeau spent money? Wait for old Mark Carney, who's going to double down on everything Trudeau. And they tell you, oh, don't worry, these internal investments are going to yield real big. So big, in fact, they're going to replace the United States of America. That's why you didn't get a budget this year. They're going to have a better new fall budget. Just be prepared that sovereignty costs a lot of money. It comes at a great and tremendous expense of all Canadians. Every province is going to get their handout, taxpayer subsidized, like a communist country. And that's what Albertans, Canadians, Quebecers, it doesn't matter. This is what everyone fails on and fails to understand. If you can't make it in the private world and you need the government to make all your major investments and keep your country going and your industries going, there's a name for that. It's called communism. Yeah, the Crown moving towards communism. The government is they call it securing your sovereignty. The government's going to be in control of all investment It comes from the central government, which means taxpayer funded, taxpayer borrowed against, or money printing. Three central sources, the only sources governments come up with. Borrow against the people, borrow against slaves, tax the people to death, or devalue the people through money printing. Those are the three sources. Doesn't generate any revenue. They can lie to you. They can tell you that all these government-funded projects is the future. It's a great idea. Every province is going to get government-run infrastructure and primary sector initiatives because that's the way to your sovereignty. It's called communism, and anyone, whether they're conservative, liberal, NDP, Bloc, Green, telling you this is a great thing, I suggest you crack open your books on communism, do a Google search, do any search you like. That's exactly how communist countries run. That's entirely how China runs. The government runs all industry. The government is the source of funding and finance for all industries. Beholden to who? The people, the taxpayers themselves. They make the decision. No outside groups. Any corporations that exist are funded by the government, aka they're, like we call them, crown corporations. They try to say they're private. China tries to say that too, but they're all state-funded, state-operated. Whether they give their name, that's where we're going in Canada. That's the big coming announcement. Yes, there's going to be projects for Alberta, projects for Newfoundland, projects for every province at absolutely the government's funding only. No foreign investment, private companies, yeah, right. Private companies completely funded by the government. You just heard WestJet. We'd like to thank the Alberta government, who wasn't even there this morning live, but now there's a video of them pretending they were live. I watched the video. Didn't happen. Carney didn't do his spot either. They released Newfoundland Labrador. That was done on Monday. But it's all cover-ups, all lies to keep the Canadian people believing. And communist countries do this. China does this kind of propaganda all the time. They're not alone. Totalitarian regimes do this too. They make up stories, they lie. The media works for the government. They write the stories not as it happened, or do investigative journalism. They publish stories and then they create videos to back it up. Fake and phony videos. That's where we are as a Canadian country now. All regions, all federal governments, they're all participating in an absolute transition to a massive centralized socialism that's comparable to communism. We call it crown because it is. It's a constitutional monarchy that's transitioning heavily, as you're going to see with Mark Carney's fall budget. They're already preparing it for you. They're already working with all the premiers. What centralized programs can we do completely funded by the government? Nobody else. Well, folks, that's communism. When your primary sectors rely on the government and the government funding, the government infrastructure to see it done, to build the industry, that's called supersized socialism or communism, because that's how communist countries work. That's our transition. That's where we're going. And we're seeing it. Doesn't matter which province. Seen it in the last 24 hours, just Alberta. Massive propaganda. Massive centralized companies funded entirely by the government. We watched Alberta present that. Medicine Hat too. And it's funny, people tell me, oh, this is a great thing. People who claim to be conservative or for Alberta independency. Oh, these are great things. Really? The government funding all your industries with zero foreign investment or a real primary sector private is a good thing? Really? What countries are a good thing? What countries that run that way are a good thing? And are the people free in those countries? The answer clearly is no. They never have been. So, I don't know. Canadians love the lies, love the propaganda, and don't be surprised when you wake up and you're a communist country, because I see that coming quick at a rapid pace. I'm watching now cover-up videos, propaganda, watch Alive in the morning. By the afternoon they've uploaded a new video that didn't exist. Certainly wasn't shot live, as it was over an hour and a half late to begin with. But now, this afternoon, you go back and revisit, and they've uploaded a whole new video. Crafted and created much later, but they just do that. It's a joke. It's gross. It's wrong. And Canadians in large swaths, like every other lunatic group of peoples, human beings before them in the 90 percentile, will run to this. If you haven't seen the latest analysis from the United States, since COVID-19, the world and what were democracies, or at least getting towards democracies, have gone to totalitarian or full-on socialist, communist style. Canada is one of those countries. Democracies, at least countries striving for democracy, growing towards at least at a slight uptick, outweighed the dictatorships, at least before COVID-19. After COVID-19, totalitarian dictatorships, full-on communists, outweigh the would-be democracies. And the analysis is really good, because it goes through countries that have called themselves democracies, like Canada, for a long time, and effectually are not. And when you see your country telling everybody, pounding social media, America evil, America bad, we need to transition away from America, and they're doing centralization, all provinces, all regional governments, all federal centralized governments are championing centralization, full socialism, government funding by the people of Canada, borrow, tax, or debt load print money against said people. You're well on your way to a second world and even third world status. Well on your way. You're going down the toilet. And if you haven't seen the latest articles, it shows USA is not going down the toilet, Canada is. But your media will tell you everything opposite and continue to attack Trump and tell you what all your regional governments, your federal governments are doing in Canada is for the greater good, for your sovereignty, they call it. Centralized planning, funding is for your sovereignty, they say. No, folks. You want sovereignty? That's found in constitutionalism. That comes from the power of the people in your codified highest laws, which you don't have at all. No people, none whatsoever. So there isn't any sovereignty for Canadian people at all in Canada. Any academic will tell you that, who's honest, outside of Canada. They'll all tell you, wow, you don't have those things? You don't have any sovereignty. Americans know where their sovereignty is. It's found at the state level. It's found with the people. Canada has none of that. But yet, Canadians, Albertans, everybody believes that sovereignty is found in government centralized funding of all your major industries away from the United States and foreign investment. They all have the same speech. We do this now. We do this centralized funding and infrastructure now, and later all the international investment will come in. Really? How has that worked since the inception of communism? The answer is it hasn't. It won't. It doesn't. The state will run everything, and you will obey your master. You will shut up. You will pay your taxes. You will accept all your rights and freedoms gone. Mostly have been gone in Canada. But the erosion now is massive. I see it. It's huge. It's undeniable. It's terrifying. And Canadians will march. They will march forward as every other nation in history that's went this way will do without any kind of fight. More socialism, more fascism. Gotta fight the rising crime. Gotta fight the rising poverty. We need more socialism, more centralized government, more government, less private sector. Take the power out of the hands of the people, more to the government. Don't worry, it's going to work. Get rid of the United States. We don't want them. We're transitioning away. We're building your sovereignty, they call it. Yeah, there's another name for it. It's called communism. Again, sovereignty isn't found in government control of funding all your essential industries. That's not sovereignty. That's called totalitarianism or communism. That's my video, folks. Share, because it wouldn't be very surprising to me within the next year or so. These kind of videos are made unlawful and people will not have any voice at all. And you'll see people being arrested just like I'm being investigated for a spoilt ballot in the last federal election. That's important right now for the government. Oh, and to move away from the United States. We've got to get rid of the United States. It's a bad country. Okay, like that really makes sense. Like anything being presented in the last 2 days makes any sense at all. But Albertans are clapping and love it. Cities are clapping and love it. Yes, more government centralization, more funding, less foreign investment, less private sector. Let's continue on with government centralization because that's going to breed our sovereignty. That's going to breed your sovereignty. Wow. Talk about delusional idiots. Mass institutionalization of a population. That's how easy it is to fall. And a lot of it stems from Justin Trudeau and his massive changes to media funding, corporate central media funding from the government, paying for all the news stories. Then it became censorship, get rid of all news content on Canadian social media, right? Facebook being the largest. Let's remove that in Canada. How do they do that? Let's so overtax social media so that they can't have any foreign news stories. 86% of Canadians, that's the largest use of social media in Canada is Facebook. Let's cut all that out. That'll do a great amount in the transition for Canadians. Folks, it's been a day of videos. I'm not surprised. I'm upset that I see that live video I shared as I watched it start to finish. I know because it was late. They were late on doing that video. Has nothing to compare to the new video. They're not even the same video. Not even close. I shared that live, and that live's been replaced. This is the new fate of Canadians. All propaganda, all staged, all lies. Crown lies as we transition into communism. That's what's happening. A crown communism, because they would rather be communist than ever be we the people or Canada the 51st state. Heaven forbid people are ever allowed to achieve their best. Nope, they need to be subjugated, and in some cases, some peoples, the First Peoples, dehumanized. And now they will settle for communism. They will settle for that transition because why? They'll still be in central control. It's a sick, twisted, diseased mind of the evil of humanity. And folks who don't see that, call themselves conservative at this point. Wow. Load them in boxcars, put them to the ovens and they will go. They will be the first to go, happily to go. Sick, wrong, delusional. It's incredibly crazy. Can't believe it. These are supposedly smart folks who can't see it. Can't see it. United States sees it. They've seen it for some time. They've put their foot down and they won't change. They won't change. They will target Canada. They will pound Canada into the dirt. And Canadians, I hope you wake up in large swaths soon, because this country is just about lost. And there is a point of no return, like Venezuela and many others. Those governments don't care. They still live in luxury. It's the people who go down so very far, so very fast. And then everyone acts surprised. How could this have possibly happened? Well, I think you should have known 4 years ago, or 5, 10, 20 years ago. At least in the last 10 years, Canadians must have seen this coming, but no. Just like the fools that went unwillingly on the boxcars, little by little, the frog boiling in water, little by little, and then when those who woke up early and knew it was hot water and jumped out, and then they're screaming at everybody, they're being made fun of, they're being screwed over, and then they're watching everybody boil in the pot. And then when it's too late and everyone's going, they got 3rd degree burns, 1st degree burns, and it's really, you're finished. And then they're going, how could this happen? Like they're a victim. And it's like, but you knew, and because of you, my kids burnt, my family burnt, you burnt my life too, because you were that stupid. It's scary. It's so scary. It's so incredible that this is where we're at. I don't even know what to say. Just shameful. That's my video. Share. Just pathetic. Just pathetic. Bye now.